Hi guys, Jack Rogers here, and in this video we are going to be talking all about the awareness level, the different stages in the funnel, and what you can do to target each of these audiences specifically. I do have some practical examples in here of some ads, and as per usual with any training like this, I will pop a link to this resource in the description so you can check the ads out, you can check the examples, and you can sort of make this your own. So just a sort of a high level overview of the awareness stage and like what those categories fall under is people who are unaware, we have need aware, we have problem aware, we have solution aware, and we have product aware, right? So these three audiences here are going to be your top of funnel audience, and these two here are going to be sort of your middle and bottom of funnel audience. So usually the solution aware is going to be your like Instagram and your Facebook engagers, and your product aware is going to be your website visitors. So let's break each of these down. So we've got unaware, and what does that mean? So this prospect either doesn't realize they have a need or desire, or they simply just won't admit there is a problem. So what my sort of recommendations across the board for this is, you really want to highlight a hidden fear or illustrate the outcome of a problem or achievement that the prospect can relate to, right? So a couple of examples here is going to be like the secret aspect, or you've got the story. So if we jump into these examples around the secret aspect, so if I open this up here, as you can see, the creative, I found the secret to making the most amazing iced latte. Right, that's going to draw a lot of people in, and it's going to create a massive amount of curiosity. And if we play this. So as we can see, that story or that secret hook is going to draw in people who might not necessarily be in the market for it, and as soon as we've got our audience into the video, created that curiosity, we then dive straight into the benefits, right? Now going on to the story aspect, let's open this up.
This is what 35 grams of sugar looks like in a chocolate bar. And this is what no added sugar looks like. This might be the easiest way to cut your sugar intake without even trying. Zora chocolate bars taste just like a real chocolate bar, but has no sugar and 12 grams of protein. They are so deliciously creamy.
So as we can see with this one, we're essentially building out that story in terms of like the comparison of how much sugar is in a general bar. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how bad sugar is for you. And then it goes straight into like the benefits of that specific product, right? And these examples here are really towards like the hook of your video or creative, where you can then sort of focus on sort of pushing through the benefits afterwards. Now we can go on to need aware. Now this prospect has a need, but they don't have a desire. They acknowledge the problem, but they don't see the link between the product and fulfilling that need. So they essentially lack the urgency to solve it. Right? So what you want to do here is you want to agitate the pain, validate their suspicions around the problem. You can remove like the perceived limitations of it, or you can just introduce new information. Something that I've personally leveraged and had really good success with is something like the real reason you can't do X, Y, and Z. So I've actually just done an audit for a dog walking and a dog training company, and that was one of the hooks that I sort of recommended them they implement, is the real reason why your dog does X, Y, and Z. So an example of this is going to be a question-based hook. And what you're doing with the question-based hook is essentially getting them to like resonate with that, but it also gets them to identify, and it acts as a qualifying question. So as we can see here, this is a static image, but that question is, eyes look like you pulled an all-nighter. That is a very common problem with very many business owners or just general workers, and that is essentially agitating that problem, picking up on it, and then as we can see in the copy, we're explaining those benefits, we're building the trust to sort of engage our audience more. Now, going into problem aware, this prospect wants a solution to their problem, but they might not know that a solution actually exists in the market. They want what the product offers, but aren't yet aware that a product fulfills their needs, right? So with this, what you really want to do is call out the problem and start to tease the solution. So one that I have again personally leveraged is how to insert solution without, and then you can insert the problem. So if we just pick up at this as like a general, we'll pick up on like a personal training aspect, right? So how to get your dream figure without spending hours in the gym while still enjoying the foods you like, right? And what you really want to do here is focus on the problem solution. So if we open this up,
here's what to do about tired, dull, puffy eyes with dark circles. Hi, my name is Nichelle. I've tried and studied a wide range of products in the beauty.
So this is a really good start to the hook, right? So we're sort of educating them on what to do with a specific problem.
About tired, dull, puffy eyes with dark circles. Hi, my name is Nichelle. I've tried and studied a wide range of products in the beauty space.
That is something that we personally implement quite a lot whenever we work with like skincare companies. You're saying like you've probably tried thousands of different products, none of them work for you. You've probably invested a ton of money into your skincare or into your health and it doesn't work. Because what you're doing then is you're diving into the problem a little bit more, but you're also relating to the audience. And then as you can see here, it goes into like the step-by-step process of how you can do it. It makes it really nice and easy. You simply just apply these strips. You only use them twice a day, once when you wake up, once before you go to bed, and then it goes into like the benefits of doing so. The other one is going to be the transformation aspect. So this works really well if you're in lead gen, like the transformation journey. Maybe you've had someone who, like if you will say, I don't know, let's say you're a marketing agency, right? You took an account from Y to X, you can utilize that in the creative. Or if like skincare, for example, you can have a photo of somebody's skin, maybe with some spots, and then like how their skin clears up after utilizing that product. So as you can sort of see here with this one, you can see straight away. Great hook, by the way. My boys thought I lost 15 pounds overnight. I love that. But as you can see here, it goes into that problem on the like left-hand side and that transformation process straight away there, right? I mean, that's a really good aspect when he pulls that up and you can see the differences in the comparison. Now, going into the solution aware, this prospect knows there are solutions to their problem, but they aren't necessarily convinced that your product is the best or the inferior solution. So as I mentioned, this is going to be starting to pick up on our retargeting audience, but what we really want to focus on is reinforcing and elaborating on the benefits of your product and demonstrating why your product is the best or the inferior solution, right? So what you've got here is benefits, comparison, and you've got the end goal. So benefits wise, something that we leverage quite a lot, and these are several examples here, is like features, benefits, point out. So as you can see on, say, if we pick, I don't know, this example, like a backpack, you've got a photo there and then it goes into all of the tangible benefits of utilizing that product. We can then go on to the comparison. So again, this is very similar to like what we spoke about before, but this is like the us versus them creative and something that I leverage for the majority of my clients inside of their retargeting campaign. But what you can do here is compare the unique benefits of your product compared to like the market as a whole. So as we can see here with this one, better than wine, you've got all of the USPs, your unique selling propositions, and then the drawbacks of like just wine in general. And if we sort of scroll down to here as well, for example, so your X, your next, you've got the benefits and the drawbacks. Now, you don't necessarily want to directly call out a competitor here, mainly because if they see the ad, there is a possibility that they'll ask for it to be removed. But as you can see here in this example, you can implement your branding onto it, and then when you go over to like the drawbacks of the market, you can just say like other companies, or like in this example, normal retail shirt. Then you've got the end goal aspect. And this is going to be very similar to like that transformation process, but really like diving into like results, case studies, testimonials. If you're a skincare company, someone with crystal clear skin, as we can see from this example here, this is talking about like fake tanning mitts, and as you can see from the creative straight away here, the difference between using this company's products compared to using like a standard glove across the board there. Now going on to the final one, which is going to be product aware. This prospect understands your product and what they want. They just need a reason to take action now. And one thing that I sort of commonly say to people is you really want to create that urgency and scarcity, using special offers and giving them a reason to act now. I don't know about you guys, but the amount of times that I've gone to buy something online, I'll get through to like the add to cart page and I just won't put that purchase through. Maybe I've forgot my wallet. Maybe I'm sat on the sofa with my girlfriend and I can't be bothered to actually do anything. Maybe I'm at work on my lunch break and it's creeping up towards the end. So we just want to give that person a reason to act now, because as soon as they say, oh yeah, well I'll just finish this purchase off later, realistically, they're never going to come back, or I know in my instance, I don't come back. So in terms of ads that you can leverage here is going to be the promise, a guarantee, or a discount to incentivize them. So if we pick up on a promise to start with, here is an example here. So feels great to start your day with something that tastes good and does your body great. I tend to find with these promises, if you can use like a snippet of a testimonial to get that across, it helps with credibility and trust massively. You then go into sort of the guarantee aspects, and for lead gen, this is slightly easier, but if you do maybe like risk-free trials, if you do like 60-day or 30-day or even 90-day money-back guarantees, can you incorporate that? But as you can see here, you've got the try risk-free today, mitigates all of that risk for our audience. We then hit them with 10K reviews, trust and credibility, nice and clear creative there. And then the last one is just going to be a very simple discount ad, right? So as we can see, this Post-it note one, you buy 3, get 3 free. There's limited stock available, so we're creating that urgency and creating that scarcity. So I hope all that makes sense. Like I said, I will share this with you. Any questions, any concerns around all of this, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to dive into anything in a bit more detail. But appreciate you all. I hope you're enjoying Facebook Ads Mastery so far. Make sure you keep sort of posting questions, sharing resources. It goes a long way.